Welcome, everybody, to the Tuesday version of Minions of the Zoo. I'm your keeper, Skep, and with me I have Minions Blind Press,
Hello.
Prospero,
Hello.
and the Harry Channel.
Good evening.
Here in the minion-rich environment of a Tuesday night, we expect to be welcoming another minion to our midst shortly, and might be joined by a friend of the show later on in the show. So stay tuned. We're going to have a good time. And Blind Press, how was your day today?
My day was good, actually. I had little Logan home with me today because we had a emergency van issue, which has been fixed.
Yes.
But we had a good day. He because we got some new sandbox sand for his birthday, and Pincalo was able to put it into the sandbox this weekend. And he loves the sandbox. He was just happy as could be playing.
Enter Sandman.
Yep, enter Sandman. And it was just a happy day. You know, just a happy playing in the sandbox day.
It's like the start of a Stephen King novel. It's a happy day. Everyone's having such a good time.
And then everybody died.
Right. And the clown comes out of the sewer.
And then the clown comes out of the sewer, yeah.
Prospero, how was your day?
It was great, and it just got significantly better. I'm sticking something in side chat for you because I think you're going to really be amused by this. My day was fine. Just fine.
I think I've seen this, but it's what I think it is. It's the meme. Yes, I saw this. I've already retweeted it.
Well, shit.
But
Okay.
it's Robert Barnes administering to a spanking to the photoshopped head of his debate opponent this evening, and it's a pretty awesome meme. Because he just spanked him, he totally did. We're going to talk about that later, but. Yeah, that's kind of fun, and I have a lot to say about that.
My day was splendid, and how was yours, sir? Or you can ask Harry how his was,
okay.
And then you get to go.
Mine was fine. It was kind of a boring day, just stuff around the house kind of day. Mm-hmm. And but thanks for asking. How about you, Harry? How was your day?
How was my day? It wasn't terrible.
How many cities have you been in today?
How many cities have I been in today? Only one today.
Okay.
Tried sushi at a new place. Not bad.
Yeah.
Found a whole. I mean, it was not bad.
It's not a service station, is it?
No. Gas stations are great for barbecue. Yeah. Not so good for sushi.
Yeah, stay away from sushi.
I've had some very, very good barbecue at gas stations.
Yes, absolutely. In fact,
and I was curious which animal Sora would be. Apparently, she's a pink flamingo again.
I like this one.
Sweet.
It has a baby in the wings.
Plus, its neck is a perfect S for Sora. It's just it's beautiful.
Good evening.
S for sickening, S for sweet. So anyway, no. Did you work hard today, Harry?
Oh, yeah, I did. I had a meeting with a customer, told him about all of the money he's going to save and how much better everything's going to be. And I said, and it's in my best interest to save you a lot of money because you don't pay me enough. Hint, hint.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I can't stand working for you. The opportunity cost is too
nice
high.
people, but it's always a thing when you've been consulting with somebody for a very long time.
You have
that
to
new
raise your
consultant
prices.
smell starts to wear off, and the dance of you're no longer that person that just comes in and solves some major problem for them. You become just plain Harry.
Right.
And
that's absolutely right.
And you have to constantly fight to kind of say, I'm actually worth it.
Yeah.
You have to keep that distance. There is a distance you have to keep. I had a lot of trouble with that in my consulting career because I'm such a, I want to get to know you. I want to be your best friend. That's just my personality. And in those type situations, I just use that to my advantage particularly to, have a good relationship with the customer and so forth. And what I found was it was more difficult in the long-term contracts because, just like you say, I became good old Frank. And I wasn't the guy from Viewstar. I was the guy from Lucent. I was the guy from Avaya, or Kronos. I was just Frank. A speed dial number 4 on my phone, and sorry about that.
It's okay.
That happens.
When it comes time to renegotiate the money, things can depend. Feelings.
Yeah, I just as a quick aside. Oh darn it! I lost my train of thought. I need to start keeping a notebook. What was I going to tell you? Oh, it doesn't matter. But yeah, there is a certain thing about figuring out how to be a consultant, and not everybody's good at it.
Right.
The real problem is anybody who's been a consultant for a long time who tries to become an employee. That is not an easy adjustment.
No, it's not.
That does not go well.
That sounds horrifying to me.
Well, that absolutely happened to me too. I thought that I had retired for good, and I got pressed into service. I mean, a company in Dallas came looking for me because I was known to have this experience with this particular workflow system. They were looking for an administrator for it, and then they found I could do some other things, and so they said, well, we can make it worth your while. But I had to go and sit in an office.
Yeah.
It took me like 4 months to train them to where I could work from home. And it's like the longest 4 months of my life, having to go in and sit there, and it's in a really nice downtown Dallas high rise. I mean, Cube Farm never got any better, but it's still a Cube Farm, and you just feel like you're strangling. Cube Farms I visit. I don't want to live in one, So, what I'm talking about.
No, I know. It's fun, but you're talking about Cube Farms is when you're the IT guy. If anything goes down, you can just peek above there and you'll see the prairie dogs as they all stick their head up. Is Harry here? Is Harry here? Holy shit, is Harry here? Oh, god damn it. Son of a bitch.
Exactly.
The server's down.
Yeah, workflow server is down. Where's
the
Frank?
server's down.
That's so true.
Oh, that's funny.
Prairie dogging is one of the funniest things on earth to see, though, because it is the best description of the activity.
Yep.
It's just we heard somebody what pieces popping up, and
they look around from side to side like prairie dogs. Everybody is scanning, and
then you look over to see because you feel their eyes on you, and they're like, "We're not looking at you." No.
Yeah, it's just what's going on? Huh?
Yeah, but I think maybe
you shot a little red laser dot on a wall, and they all rush over to it.
But as far as consulting goes, there's two real advantages of it. One is if they do something stupid and you've warned them, and you say, "Look, I don't think this is a good idea for the following reasons." Oh, we're going to do it that way anyway. It's like, okay, it's okay. I can respectfully disagree, and I'm just glad I get paid by the hour.
Yep.
And the other thing you can do is it's like, oh, enjoy your little chat with HR. Oh, HR wants to talk to you. HR can get bent.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really? Yeah, here. Would you like an affidavit saying I trained myself? Sure. There you go.
The other interesting thing that happens is when they're paying you $250 an hour, there's never anybody in the office who says you make them feel unsafe. That never happens to you when you're getting paid that kind of cash money by a customer. You could go in there with in a T-shirt with an ethnic slur on it. They'd say, "Welcome, please fix the computer."
Yeah, I notice when people have their shit together when they say, "Oh, you're not going to be here most of the time, but here's your cubicle. Here's the person that's going to help you if you need anything. We put your name up. Here's all your stuff. Have some free shit." It's like companies have their stuff together when that's the onboarding for you as a consultant.
Yeah,
that does not happen very often.
Very, very rarely. More often, it's, "Oh, hey, here's the thing that we type up and gift everybody with all the administrators' passwords on it."
Good.
But
Thanks.
when was the last time you changed these? I guess we got the server. What was that, 6 years ago? Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is this file have permissions of 777 on purpose or by accident?
Oh yeah, that's how we fix them. chmod 777. You know,
Well, we
fixes
have
all
these
of them.
two processes in our workflow, and the only way we can get them to talk to each other is to have a file between the two that anything can write to.
God, that's exactly right too. Oh, mixed humor. All right.
My name is Harry, and I'm here to help.
Anyway, so it sounds like you had a day, and we all had days. I by the way, I wanted to tell you that I appreciated the item that you left for me on your server about Don Lemon. Yeah, I thought it might be fun to start that off a little bit because Don's not having a good time.
No, he's not very popular all of a sudden.
No,
Oh,
in fact,
what did he do
this is a Fox News headline.
Um,
Don Lemon continues to lose viewers even after rebranding CNN show despite desperate publicity stunt. Viewers are continuing to flee from CNN anchor Don Lemon even after relaunching his primetime program amid his dramatic ratings slump. Last week marked the debut of Don Lemon Tonight, which is virtually no different than the anchor's long-running 2-hour program CNN Tonight. The only difference between both shows was that CNN Tonight had higher ratings. Don Lemon Tonight averaged a measly 816,000 viewers. Okay. Well, listen to this. That's down from 3.48 million. So he's down by 77%.
Wow.
That means
Yes.
77 people out of 100 left him.
That's like Batwoman season 2 kind of numbers.
Yeah.
And it really is. This is Batwoman territory here. CNN's Don Lemon panned for desperate publicity stunt after suggesting he was leaving the network. The primetime anchor was hoping to generate buzz after what critics described as a desperate publicity stunt when he seemed to suggest to viewers on his May 14th broadcast that he was parting ways with CNN. It's been, which that may be prophecy. It's been really, really great. This is the last night that will be CNN Tonight with Don Lemon. Lemon said at the end of the show after plugging a major announcement throughout the day. So I appreciate all the years of CNN Tonight with Don Lemon, but changes are coming, and I will figure it. That the announcement sparked a wild response on social media, with both fans and critics sounding the alarm of his apparently sudden departure from the liberal network. Shortly after, Lemon took to Twitter and assured his viewers he was not leaving CNN. Everybody calm down, Lemon said. I didn't say I was leaving CNN. I just said that it was the end of an era for CNN Tonight with Don Lemon. Asshole. He added, you'll have to tune in on Monday, 10 o'clock to see. Lemon later revealed that his show was simply being renamed from CNN Tonight with Don Lemon to Don Lemon Tonight. Didn't mean to set the internet on fire. Yeah. What I said last night was true, Lemon wrote Saturday morning. This was the kind of kid who said the dog really did eat my homework.
Yeah.
CNN Tonight with Don Lemon is no more. I'll be back on Monday with my newly named show, Don Lemon Tonight. Washington Examiner writer Beckett Adams blasted the stunt, calling it shameless self-promotion in order to resuscitate his flailing ratings. Lemon knows exactly what he's doing. All the hype following his teased announcement isn't an accident. Lemon or deliberately orchestrated a self-serving mini news cycle to get people to tune into a stupid TV show. Adams wrote on Sunday. I did not enhance that.
That's awesome. His stupid TV show. That's great.
It says, so CNN and Lemon tried to pull off a ridiculous media stunt to get people to tune into his show again, while they appear to copy the name of the very popular Fox News Channel show Tucker Carlson Tonight. Fonda Caro said, what a joke, this is CNN. It's not wrong. So anyway, yeah, I just wonder if are we going to miss Don Lemon when he's gone? And he's going to be gone. I mean,
No, but I guarantee you that when he is gone, his YouTube channel will be very swift in following, and he will gain several 100,000 subscribers overnight.
Yep, he will. You know, that's really interesting thing. I wanted to kind of segue into this because here's what the reckoning, as I call it, of Don Lemon has showed me, and it's probably showed this to a lot of people. Guys like Don Lemon are not really very different from anybody else. There's nothing special about him. When he gets drunk on the air, he makes a fool out of himself. Well, most of us have done that. Most of us are just like Don. Don's just like us. There's nothing special about Don Lemon. There's nothing special about Chris Cuomo, except for his heritage, except for who his father was, who his brother is. These people are ordinary people, and yes, Don Lemon will get knocked down, and he will absolutely have a big time YouTube channel. And he'll be about as big as Roaming Millennial probably right away.
Yep.
He'll just instantly get that as runoff from his CNN. But that's a very weird demographic. I think that's a very weird group of people who's watching. Not really a demographic, but an odd group of people who feel. Moved to think that he actually adds anything to anything, because I don't believe he does.
No.
And if you look at the best YouTube content, it's imaginative, it's smart. There are so many people who have so much more on the ball than Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon.
They also know how to operate a fucking stream.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you think about the guy. Have you ever heard of or watched the Hot Wings interviews?
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay was a little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a little bitch, wasn't he?
He was so bad. But go on.
Well, my point in saying that
Which
is
was
that
disappointing.
the guy who does those, and I forget his name, darn it, I wish I could remember it, but he's a talented broadcaster. He truly knows what he's doing. He knows what kind of an idea that he had, and he kept substituting things. And I've been watching the show for a long time. I can't believe I can't recall his name. But he's a master at getting famous people to put themselves in a massive amount of pain eating these extremely hot wings. And these are wings that if you ate them, I don't care how attuned you are to the spices, that's at a level that is like nearly Carolina Reaper. About the last spice that they have, the last one they have is about half of a Carolina Reaper.
It's a million Scoville units.
Yeah, and Carolinas are 1 to 4 depending.
Yeah.
So, it's that last dab. I don't even want to try that.
No. That doesn't sound good at all.
Pain.
I think I may have told you this, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I was going to barbecue with some friends a few years ago, and as we were walking to this one place, we were talking about hot sauce. Somebody brought up the idea of a Scoville unit, and the guy standing behind me said, "What's a Scoville unit?" And I said, "It's the number of times a baby bunny blinks if you drop the hot sauce in its eye."
Oh, you are so going to hell. Oh, that is funny. That is absolutely funny. That is absolutely wretched of you to do.
Horrible human being.
I have a really dark sense of humor.
That's not dark. That's
satanic.
I take it test on animals to a whole new level.
That is fantastic.
I lost
Harry.
count. Do it again.
Oh my
Moving
god.
too fast. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry.
tell me,
There's
did the lamb still scream?
This is what happened. This is what happened to me when I was at university trying to work full time and in finals. I'm at that level of sleep deprived where my sense of humor is a little out of control.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
I used to make really great tips when I was working in the hospitality industry during finals week because I just get really punchy and just start making jokes all the time.
Yeah. You have a
Anyway,
natural
go
sense
on.
of humor.
Carry on with your show.
Well,
that
no,
I keep
anyway.
disturbing.
No, not at all. You are the show. Are you kidding?
My best friend and I, because she lived with me for about a year when we were 16. And in the summer, we decided, because we found out that staying up for 96 hours makes you legally insane. So we decided, hey, let's try that.
Oh, God.
We made it, I think we made it to 50 hours.
Oh.
We fucking crashed out.
That's just, ow. That made
What
my
did
eyes hurt, just that aching head from not having any sleep.
And then we
Oh, yeah.
only slept for like 9 hours, and then we were fine again.
Yeah, because you were young.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If you're young, you can get away with that.
Yeah.
When you're at sea, there are programmed drill periods, for example, where there's no sleep in your schedule for 72 hours.
Yep.
What you have to do is try and catch an hour or two here and there. That's the thing that will make the difference between you being able to do your job and you being a zombie.
Pincalo has this trick where he can be like, okay, I need sleep. I sleep now. And
Yeah,
I'm
and he
like,
goes to
you
sleep.
lucky bastard. How can you do that? He's like, training. That's all he says. It's just training.
You practice. Yeah.
Well, exhaustion can do that too.
Yeah. Combat naps.
Yeah, I promise you, this is absolutely true. I've fallen asleep standing up, leaning against a bulkhead.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely have, and I've fallen asleep on every horizontal surface a ship has. I've probably dozed off.
Yeah.
God, it's just tired making it. The fleet working in the fleet is hard. Ships, there's always too much stuff to do. There's never an excuse for sitting around. That's the thing. You never get any fucking time off. It makes you crazy. Anyway, I'm not here to bitch, but it just you get so tired, and when you finally secure from your alert, inevitably, oh, by the way, you got duty, so you gotta pull together for 4 more hours.
But Don Lemon is terrible. I believe that's where we left off before I derailed everything.
Yeah, Don Lemon being terrible. But let me welcome Sora to the show.
Hello.
And how was your day?
That was very good. I don't really have anything to complain about today.
Oh.
None?
Yeah.
So Trudeau's dead.
Okay,
Oh
well,
no, you'd hear, like
they
you.
You
I
hear
don't-
the bells ringing.
Yeah, I don't know.
they're allowing us back inside restaurants as of today.
Oh, you guys get to go back into restaurants already.
Yeah, and
Lucky
in
you.
on June 15th, we can even go outside of our health region. That means we can go onto the island. There'll be ferries that will allow you to go for fun.
Let's see.
So are they letting people out of the camps yet?
No, because that's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Yeah,
Okay.
too many people. But
So it's
see,
only slight increase.
everybody in Ontario. I don't know if this happened in BC, Sora, but everybody, at least in our town, just vanished over the weekend. It was like, fuck this, we're gone. We don't care. Right?
I've got to tell you guys something. In Texas, all kidding aside, except for wearing my mask to go to the VA and to go to Walmart, that was the only way in which my life really changed down here. None of the restaurants closed. None of them closed. They did a lot of some of them went to service where you just could only pick up your meal, and you did have to eat at home. But the kind of stuff that we do, with kids, I'm like a pizza subscriber, and it just has not. It really never. Honestly, I can say it really never changed very much. The biggest change I noticed was when I drove into Fort Worth. There was a lot less traffic.
For Ontario, we're doing this 3-step reopening process. And so this starts on June 14th, apparently. Where, like, small amounts of people are allowed into non-essential stores. And then a few weeks later, each phase has to last for 3 weeks. So for 3 weeks, it'll be like
Why?
potato.
No. Yeah, potato. Exactly.
So for 3 weeks, it's like it has to be at this step, and then the next 3 weeks, it'll be like salons will be allowed to open, and all this, and then after 3 weeks of that, they're gonna allow indoor recreational. So you're allowed to get your hair done before you're allowed to go back to exercising.
Oh, here they're splitting that up in two. So you have your indoor rec that's low impact. And then on July 1st, high impact indoor is reopening, I believe. So you right now cannot do high impact indoor. And it's mandatory to wear a mask in any gym or sports space.
It looks like
if you're not outside.
It looks like the kung fu people that my kids go to won't be able to have their clubs open until August.
Christ.
By the way this plan goes.
Well, the really cool thing that's happened as a result of all the closures and the like is that because the government, and this is, I really do put it at the feet of what the government did, because the government has printed fiat currency that it had no right to print, that was not justified by the underlying economic activity, we now have inflation. And we have had a jump in inflation in food and gas and that sort of thing of around 4% in the United States. And that means that anything that cost $1 a few months ago costs $1.04 now, $1.04. It's just 4%. How many of you are making 4% on your money in your savings account?
None.
Nope.
Yeah,
not
that'd be
in
nobody.
the savings account. But I think I know what they're trying to do. It's also clear what they're trying to do is have inflation be so high that student debt becomes meaningless.
Yeah, to where they owe worthless dollars.
Look, I did the thing for you.
Joe Biden won't forgive student debt. Well, here, we'll just print our way out of it.
Yeah, it's like you still got student debt, but that's not enough money to buy a loaf of bread. Please stand in line.
Yeah, you owe $60,000. That's €5.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do you have any old Canadian money still in your pocket from when you crossed the border?
No kidding.
I wonder if Canadian Tire money will be worth anything.
Well, that's what's going to happen is that as inflation begins to denude the dollar of value and actually meaning, it's going to encourage the migration of transactions to other forms of currency that hold their value better. And
maybe Canadian Tire money will become.
No, Bitcoin is designed to hold its value. It's baked into the deal.
That's true.
The Bitcoin's only problem is that it's not accepted by everybody.
Yeah.
If everybody got on board with Bitcoin, they could meet the technology challenge. Do you think they could, Harry? If the entire United States wanted to go on Bitcoin, could they meet that technology challenge? I think it's just a tech problem waiting for the money to hit it.
Well, it's how you handle the micropayments that's the hard part.
Yes.
Like, for instance, there is a credit card now that's basically backed by crypto that does all the magic conversions for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're actually we probably could do something like that now.
So that's just a matter of having the commitment from people to say that, hey, this is going to be our primary currency, and when they do that, if you think the dollar's inflating now, if you think inflation pressure has hit the dollar now, wait till there's a new kid in town, and what the government will do is they will legislate against it. And that's the sort of thing that will tear this country apart, because people will take up arms then.
People are pretty complacent until they start getting hungry. I don't think anybody's taking up any arms.
Yeah, I agree with you. And
the whole bread and circus thing actually works, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. It works as long as it can be maintained and there's no invasion pressure on the frontier.
Wait till the shelves get bare at Walmart.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you're going to see a
they
different
run
attitude.
out of size Jagunda spandex too.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly.
It might start a literal stampede.
Well, they're going to, the people who think that chicken comes from a supermarket are going to have a realization about how vulnerable they are to a food shortage.
Especially if bird flu makes the jump across the Atlantic.
That could be fun.
Which it will. You can guarantee it will. It does every time. So, because I know there have been some outbreaks of bird flu in England.
We had an outbreak.
They ought to chlorinate their chickens.
We had a couple of outbreaks of avian flu in Canada a few years ago.
Yeah, when it happens, it's terrible.
And they kill.
Yeah.
They
Oh, yeah.
just kill them.
Kill
There's
them all
no
and
waiting. There's no testing. All of them. There's the whole
It's just
the whole
farm
flock.
Well,
go. Yeah.
they actually did that in Arkansas at the Tyson.
Yep.
It was the house that at the time he was my father-in-law, was in the manager of, and they had to kill 2 million chickens.
Oh no!
They killed 2 million chickens and burned them.
Yep. They've had to do it in turkey farms too. Oh, Harry. so much for the hot wings challenge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my God, that is fucking amazing.
He's got his soundboard working, friends.
Please carry on.
You're just terrible. You should have been working the soundboard for the debate.
Oh,
well, I wish I could have watched that, or do I? I don't know.
I just knew I couldn't.
I haven't even had time to read news today. I mean, for all I know, anything could have happened, and maybe Don Lemon will sexually transition.
That could be interesting.
Yeah,
His
he's going to
husband
do
might be
something to get
surprised by
attention.
that. But
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, just freely associating.
Before we talk about the debate, I've been noticing something that's been going around on Twitter today about kink and how it should be a part of Pride, and how and it's perfectly okay for kids to go to Pride, and Pride should be for all ages.
Okay, hold on, hold on, just a second. So,
I mean,
the thing about kink, if I get it, if I understand this correctly, isn't the fact that it's pushing the boundaries and it's like kind of hush hush, wink wink, nudge nudge, part of the titillation of it?
Yeah.
Or if you mainstream kink, it isn't kink anymore.
Nope.
nope.
And so my thoughts on, I actually put out a tweet on this, because I actually put out as a bisexual woman who has actually been to Pride as a young teen, I'm glad I'm blind because I would have seen things that I shouldn't have. And I had no business being at Pride as a freaking 14-year-old. Like,
That's
I
a
was,
spicy take, honey.
So you did? That's what you tweeted?
yeah.
That you're glad you're blind, so you didn't have to see those people.
No, not that I didn't have to see
Damn.
those people, but so that I didn't have to see what was going on in
I
the
was just twisting it.
because like it or not, Pride is about like celebrating your sexuality, and kids and sexuality
Should not mix.
should not be going together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
thank God! I thought
be
I
prou-
thought you were promoting taking children to pride
No,
parades.
no, I was saying that as somebody, I shouldn't have been taken.
no.
Is what I was saying. Is that I was like I got taken to Montreal Pride
Oh my God.
at 14. Okay,
Yeah, that's gonna be a spicy one.
I should not have been
pretty
there.
conservative town, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, let's French up Pride. That'll be good.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm sure that's
They've
actually probably a lot of fun as an adult. But yeah, no, not as a kid.
Like if you want to be like, I don't understand being proud of something, because like the whole thing about being gay or bisexual or whatever is that it's not a choice, right?
Right.
So why are you proud of something?
It's like
that
being
you
proud of
can't-
having freckles.
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you proud of something that's just you? Like,
You know,
it's-
actually, that's a really good point, Blind Press. This is something that just irritates me to death, and that is that people are proud of stupid things. People are proud of things they shouldn't be proud of. You shouldn't be proud of your race or
No.
your color of your hair or the straightness or crookedness of your nose or your height or any other immutable characteristic of you. You are you, and that's fine. But don't be proud of an achievement. Be proud that you set a goal, you applied effort to it, and you achieved what you wanted to achieve, or you gave it your best shot and failed. You know, you can be proud of failures. I have plenty of those, and you know, just if you just gave it your absolute best shot and couldn't be any better. Sometimes you just got to be proud of the effort, but that's the kind of thing that you should be proud of, not how tall you are, not how black you are, how white you are, or any of this other stuff. I don't understand where that pride thing is coming
I'm
from.
proud of who I like to have sex with. Why?
Oh
Right.
my.
Exactly. Thank
Well, that's
you.
really creepy.
Okay, so
I-
this might be one of those.
I just
Okay,
threw
sorry,
up
go
a
ahead.
little
I
bit.
didn't. Is that you, Jenna?
Yeah.
Okay, you go and then I'll follow you.
Well, I just was gonna give the example of what would happen if straight couples had a straight parade. The world would go.
Oh, it's
Ballistic.
they've tried.
Isn't that the Macy's Thanksgiving parade?
They've
There's
hasn't
nothing
there-
straight about that.
Hasn't there been a thing where there's been tried to have straight pride?
Yes, they did. They did try to have
and
straight
they
pride,
were
and they
run
got
out of town on a
exactly.
rail
They
pretty
got
much.
marched on, and the police had to break them up.
Yeah.
That was in Washington D.C.
You know what'd be very interesting? Now, so, okay, my opinion is this. Yeah, children shouldn't be anywhere near any sort of sexualized thing. And it's fun to have them because there's nothing else to do here in the summer. So that is something fun to have. But what is really hilarious is I think they've banned the police for the, I mean,
Toronto Pride did that.
last year, I don't think it was held, period, because of COVID. I'm not sure if this year they're going to hold one, again, because of COVID. But regardless, there would have been no police if there would be one.
Yeah.
How?
Last time Toronto had Pride, they banned the police. Because
That would be, like, I'm not saying or suggesting anyone does anything, but if you want to have a second parade or anything, because they don't want any police there, they don't want protection, they don't want crowd control, they don't want anything. So,
for Toronto, it came right after a whole bunch of the quote unquote police brutality in the States.
A lot of post BLM, yeah.
And a lot of and for some reason Toronto Pride was like, we don't want the police here. And it's like, you dumb motherfuckers, do you know how much the police have done for your community?
Yeah.
Like, really?
But it's worth thinking about, how did we get here, right? So there was a time not that long ago when people who were gay basically had to hide it. And
yes, that is
and they
true.
felt shame and
Very
the whole
true.
deal, right? And the whole point of this Pride Parade thing started out just simply being like this big coming out party type thing. Them just saying, no, I refuse to live in shame anymore. So it wasn't
The
necessarily about,
mishandling of the AIDS crisis.
yeah, like I'm awesome just because of my
Absolutely.
sexual choices. It was basically them just rejecting the culture of shame that they felt was being put on them.
Yes.
Now, how much of that was just straight people living rent-free inside their own head? That's a whole different conversation. But that's how it started.
Yes.
And it has morphed over the years to where you don't remember how it started. It's now just, I don't know. I don't want to get myself canceled.
Freak show.
But it's definitely gotten completely out of hand.
Yeah.
And I'm, in general, not a big fan of anybody demanding respect. Because if you demand respect from me, I'm going to be like, okay, what did you do? Did you walk on the moon?
Right, exactly.
Did you
Thank
lose
you.
100 pounds? Did
Right.
you cut your arm off to not be stuck in a gorge somewhere and die because your will to live
guy
was
was a
strong enough that you
stud.
could make that sacrifice?
That
What?
was amazing.
I have a question.
Oh, you've got a song where you spell out respect. Goody.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is there a body positivity parade, or is that just like a meeting?
Oh,
Next one on the bloat
God,
float.
I hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or do they just like get the balloon handlers from Macy's and?
Yeah.
That'd
That'd be some parade.
Has a very good question. What if you're a gay cop? Do you not get to go? What a good point. What about
Yeah.
people who, like, are they supposed to? And I know there's probably still a lot of stigma in the force.
I doubt it.
Are they not allowed to have support?
I actually know the answer to this.
Yeah.
The New York Gay Pride Parade, all gay officers were banned from coming, and everybody apparently knows everybody who's gay in New York. But they were told they may not attend.
Not attend at all, or
and-
not attend in uniform?
Not attend at all.
Okay,
But-
that's interesting.
These police officers who are gay they were told by the force years ago, you may not go to a gay parade. You may not disrespect whatever. So first they were being shunned by their employment, and then they were being shunned by, I guess, what you would call their people.
The community.
Thank you.
God, that's sad.
That is sad.
Yeah, I doubt there's as much bigotry on the force anymore. Mostly because people, the generational shift has occurred,
Yeah, like
where
even,
most of us just don't give a fuck who you sleep with.
even most conservatives in Canada today, like if you ask, like even some of the older conservatives, right? They'll be like, I don't care.
Just don't put it in my face.
Just don't freaking just don't be ridiculous about it. You know what I mean? Like, and there's no need to, like, just love who you love, right? And go on with your day.
I think one of the most offended I've ever felt at work, and it wasn't even for me, it was on behalf of one of our doctors, when we had the young adult guy basically asked me, so is the doctor homophobic? And I'm like, excuse me? Because he's never been to her clinic, nothing. I'm like, this is what I said. I was thinking, excuse me?
He doesn't touch gay buttholes. I mean, what the hell?
And I said, I was like, of course not. He's a doctor. That is the only part that's relevant is for your health. And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, that's a convenient answer. I'm like, what do you want me to tell you?
All right,
You're a
bitch.
Not only
they don't care
does
what
he
you
enjoy
do.
gays, he is? Was that what you were supposed to say?
I guess. I have no idea. But yeah, this was fairly recent, the last few months that's happened. That was, and also the first time that's ever been, not the first time it's ever been asked for where I work, but the first time it's ever been asked of me. And I was like, what the fuck?
I know you can't say anything, but I want so badly to know why this person was so concerned about homophobia given the specialty, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just kind of like, holy shit, dude, that's not an asshole, that's a Subway. Was that going to come out of his mouth? Or, I mean, it's like...
No, but
how many cocks do you see a night, my friend?
Yeah.
No, I am very sure there are some doctors out there who
are
not.
Yeah.
But those are... you can have those opinions and keep them to yourself and give health care. It's your job. You've taken an oath that includes everybody you see.
Yep.
Why it's important to know, say, the sexual preferences of someone when you're a doctor is because then you know what to ask in terms of, could you be pregnant? Could you have other diseases? But it was just like, really.
Period.
In 2021,
vagina.
it just threw me off so badly.
Men have manginas. And, if someone says, hey, I'm a woman, you need to ask them, well, are you a woman who has testicles? Because some women have testicles. That's the way I understand it, anyway.
Are you a birthing person?
Yes, are you a penis bearer? Are you a birthing person?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yes.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
It's a weird world. It's a weird world.
Did Harry fall out?
I don't know. Harry may have lost interest.
I don't think so.
I've never known him to just...
He did mention that if he needed to step away, he might have to. So.
Yeah, usually he mutes himself if that happens.
Yeah.
But it could be his system decided to do something wacky.
That's what I think may have happened.
Forewarning, Prospero, Big Sur 11.4 is out.
What?
Yeah, I just got a notification.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Thank you. I forgot. I knew there was something I forgot to do this morning. This is what happens when you get up at 6:30 with one eye still closed. One thing it's going to do is it is going to put some stuff in replacement folders.
Okay.
But it won't affect the operation.
There's another update?
Yeah.
Yeah, 11.4.
It better fix voiceover, because Jesus Christ, having it overlap like it's been doing is really fucking aggravating.
I have no idea as to that, but what you'll need to do is have Pincalo take a peek at what's in replacement folders. What you might want to do is back it up.
Yeah.
And then you probably just yeet it all.
BP, when you're using voiceover, if you're typing something and you're done typing, does it still say the letters of what you typed while reading what's on the page?
So what it does is it'll type, when I push a letter, it'll say the letter. And then when I finish the word and hit space, it'll read the word.
That's what I have set up.
Yeah.
Too.
This is why
the
I
Mac
stopped at
OS
MotZ.
Big Sur 11.5 beta release notes are out. can actually look and see what features are going to be coming up. It's very easy to do. I just thought you guys might be interested in that. They're called the release notes. Release notes come out with these kinds of updates, telling Harry stuff he already knows. And you can go on the website and see release notes in their current beta condition, like for 11.5. They're still being compiled, so they may not be complete yet. But you can get an idea of what's going to change. So you can, if you're into keeping up with this stuff, I just want you to know it's possible to do.
I just want them to fix voiceover for both BP and I.
Yeah, because what it's been, I don't know if you've heard it on my stream, but sometimes it'll double up, so it sounds like two voiceovers are going at once, and it's like, dude, stop it.
You mean
Yeah.
text to speech, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is it a rascal parade?
It's a rascal parade. She is suing the parade organizers because she was shamed for having to use a rascal.
What's a rascal?
It's a scooter.
It's a mobility
That's
scooter.
the mobility
Oh.
scooter she's in.
Also, that's actually a full-size hat, just so you know.
Yeah,
An
that's it.
asshole. It's a tiny little.
There,
It's a tiny little hat for the St. Patty's parade, I guess.
Oh, God.
On this woman's head. Well, but then again, it's like kind of
Giant
hard to
tits.
notice the hat with the giant tits in your face.
Oh my God, that's
needs
hard.
to put on
I'm
a
not
bra.
gonna hurt us.
They don't-
I think they know where McDonald's got the idea for the grimace.
I think that's also where that's not a thin mint.
No.
No,
It's not.
It's not a
It's
thin
not wafer thin.
No, it was not wafer thin, but it was similar to Mr. Creosote.
It requires a bucket.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. If I ask her the why is she proud question, I don't think I'm going to get a satisfactory answer.
no.
She beat anorexia.
Jesus Christ.
Anorexia. Oh,
So
Pretty damn funny.
she
right there.
dominated anorexia.
I love your
Anorexia, her
mind.
bitch.
That was a sick burn.
yeah.
Good one, Sora.
Yeah, that was awesome, Sora.
She's never
But
going to
I'm
beat
not
gravity.
Dr. Keeves, you're right. It is insulting too.
Oh God. That's
Isn't
just
there a
awful.
song from that Wizard of Oz musical Broadway thing called Defying Gravity?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I bet she hums that to herself as she goes from the couch to the fridge.
She actually probably has a significant gravitational field of her own. She may change the tides. You
Yeah,
don't-
she's
you don't
very
really know.
attractive. Very
She
attractive.
truly is. Oh my God.
Magnetic, you'd even say.
Oh my god.
Would you notice those tides on the scale of a small bathtub?
Okay, what if someone found a picture of one of us and made fun of it on a stream?
Well, I don't know. I saw a
I
picture
would-
of one of your kids and made fun of that. So,
I would laugh right along with.
Well, that's
Yeah.
different.
how's
No
your
one
child
else
of the
knows what
corn?
my kid looks
Yeah,
like.
Howard's your child of the corn?
Well, the reason I was late was the baby. I had to get him down.
You had to break out some more duct tape or what?
Yeah, that's a handsome kid.
I don't duct tape them until they're 3.
They have to be old enough to know that they did
Duct,
something wrong.
duct
Yeah.
tape is very harsh on baby skin.
That's right.
You don't want to put duct tape on baby skin.
That's right. And use wax paper if you're duct taping to telephone poles. So you're going out for the evening, for example. Yeah, because otherwise they get creosote in their hair.
Yeah.
I live
It's
in a
held back.
road,
It's a
a
bitch to get
dead
it
end
out.
road with no people. I don't have telephone poles.
Yeah, well, okay.
Oh,
If you duct tape them
least you're
to a tree,
thinking
still
practically.
use wax paper
Yeah.
because it may
That's
be
the
sap.
sap. Yeah, especially pine trees.
Well, all 3-year-olds are pretty sappy.
At least pine trees smell good.
That's for
Unless
sure.
Unless your 3-year-old, well now 4-year-old happens to be mine, in which case he will run up to you and go, punch, punch, hiya! Or he'll run and grab the Nerf gun and go, I will shoot you.
Hasn't the kindergarten told him how problematic he is yet?
Oh, he
Wrong
hasn't got
kid.
to kindergarten yet.
Ah, yes,
birthday.
they'll reduce all the fun in his life.
Yes.
Are they
We-
still not allowed to have friends in school? Because isn't that the thing nowadays? You're not allowed to hold hands or have a best friend
Yep.
or associate with the same person more than like 5 minutes because it's not fair to anybody else.
Yeah,
But
and
first they
nothing
have
to do
to-
with COVID.
First, they have to get back in the fucking building.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
I'm ahead
How my generation figured out where you stood on the pecking order.
Boy,
Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Here, you can
Same.
count. You have a numerical count to show just how superior or inferior you are.
And man, your manhood was just exactly how many Valentines did you get from girls?
Aw, that's
Yeah.
so sad. We had to give everybody. You either
Plus your
gave
your
one to
ratio.
everybody.
Not when I was a kid.
Not when I was in school.
Not when I was a kid.
Yeah, things have gotten a lot nicer, a lot
They
softer
teach
now.
you to count before they do that too.
Yeah.
That's the really fun thing.
Yeah, thing one, Valentine's Day. Let's all count our Valentines. Then dodgeball. Yay!
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, there is nothing like a good family dodgeball game
Mhm.
Family's one thing.
or Nerf fight.
Yeah,
There is-
we did it with take your friend's head off.
Yes. That was the whole purpose of the game. The
Right.
game was to get out of the way and no crying. You know, you
We
whip
we
the
played
ball
we
as hard
played
as
it
you
with
could.
we didn't play it with a ball. We played it with 9-volt batteries.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you could
We-
really throw those.
We played it with with those kickballs that
With the red
yeah,
one?
that's what
Oh
we
yeah,
did
the
with
red
it.
ones.
Cool.
Yeah.
dimpled ones that'll
Oh,
leave
I
a
love
mark.
Yeah,
Yeah, baby.
those were awesome.
Yeah, and I
could
mean,
kick
you
those
get
with
to
the point of
and-
your foot, and they would go 1,000 miles an hour.
And those
I
made
love
such a
kickball.
weird noise
Dong.
when they bounced.
Yeah.
Doing, doing,
Yeah, it was-
doing.
but it was like a dead.
Prospero, I bet you were good at kickball too.
Oh,
weren't you?
I was awesome at kickball.
I bet.
They freaking hated me. They hated me in the gym unit on
Because
soccer.
you could kick it where you wanted it to go.
Yeah, well, they hated me in soccer because I volunteered to play goalie. This was just gym class soccer, and I'd been taught to punt a football. So my hang time was great, but it was landing all the way down at the other goal. And they were just like, that's not fair. You're kicking it too far.
Life's
That's
not
the
fair.
goddamn point of the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have to go get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, I mean, at least in when I was playing kickball, there wasn't some whinging little cunt out in that because it was a mixed. It was mixed. So that you only get the girls that want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You don't get the whinging bitches who are like, why do you have to kick it so hard and so far? I gotta run all the way down to the woods edge again. Hey.
Less talking, more walking, Karen.
You mean
Yeah,
the ones
I know.
that the
Then
ones
you
that
just
do push-ups on their knees?
Uh-huh. And well, the other one is after that, they don't quite realize why you're trying to hit a line drive directly at their face.
Wait,
Because
Why
they
did
stood
you-
there going,
why did you have gym with only girls?
we had gym with only girls.
Because when you get to high school, you only have gym with girls.
My high
know.
school didn't know that.
Well, that's very odd. That's all
Well,
I've got to say.
On the
Well,
swim team, they
sex
didn't
ed?
segregate you.
When we
For
got,
sex, yeah, not even for sex ed,
when we
actually.
got to grade 7, it was gym and health were single cohort. There was no co-ed gym and health anymore
Wow.
at grade
But,
7.
not at the schools I went to. I don't know if other schools did it, but the only time you were segregated was if you were part of the actual teams. So if you're doing just regular gym class or swim team, because swim team, I mean,
Yeah.
there was one small pool. It's not like we had two. But for everything else, soccer, volleyball, basketball, wrestling was by They were split up. And then we also had like a weight, kind of a dingy weight room. So that was co-ed too.
Yeah, our high school was
And health class was together too. Sorry.
Our high school was very well funded, shall we say, because most of its population came from rich 2-parent households. There were a few of us that came from single parent low income houses, but most of them were upper class, high income 2-parent homes. So we had well-funded gym equipment. We had, tech equipment, shop equipment. Like we had a full auto shop in our school.
My friend's high school had that too.
Yeah, and
you could donate your car.
We had, so our gym classes were split into girls and boys, and from when I was in grade 9, I did gym with my class for the most part, unless they were doing a team sport like field hockey. And then I went to the weight room with the grade 10 girls. Because my gym teacher found out that my vision teachers had been segregating me from my gym classes for the last 4 years, and was like, yeah, that's not happening in my class. We're gonna figure out a way for you to be with a class. You may not be doing field hockey and shit, but we're not segregating you on your own. This is ridiculous.
Good for her.
And I hugged her. I right in the middle of the gym, I hugged the teacher. I was like, I love you.
Yeah, thanks for noticing me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the well-intentioned people don't ever bother to ask the individual, do they?
Well, my educational assistant in September of grade 9, the teacher was like, okay, well, we're going to start learning basketball. The rudimentary, the rules of basketball, and then we're gonna play a few games. And my educational assistant was like, okay, well, we're gonna go off, and she's like, no, you're not. You're not taking her anywhere.
Well, really, I mean, honest to God, I can understand the actual playing of the game.
Yeah.
But why would you be segregated from learning the rules and strategy of the game? That doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
It's like, well, she can't see the chessboard, so we don't need. You do know that those pieces are distinguishable, right? And it's a grid. It would be a game you could easily teach to a blind person.
Oh, yeah. Dad taught me chess. Dad went out and got a dollar store chess set and put white glue on the squares.
Yep.
And once it dried, we had a chessboard that I could play with.
He made a Braille chessboard? That's cool.
Pretty much, yeah. He outlined the squares for me with glue, and so we had a tactile chessboard that we could play chess with.
Yeah, and once you knew the visualization of the board, and then could handle the pieces and distinguish the characteristics, well, fa la la. Why keep you from knowing the fundamentals of basketball? I mean, it's just, that's ridiculous. You liked hockey. I mean, it's like, okay, ball game.
Hockey is fantastic. As a blind person, if you can get a good radio commentator, holy shit, that's a great game to listen to.
It is, because
it's actually too fast for television. It is so fast you cannot see the puck, even with the tricks they do to make the puck show up on TV. And there's some things they do that are really annoying.
Most of them have stopped doing that. Thank God. Because it was obnoxious. It was worse than not having it.
Yeah,
Much
exactly.
More.
But the thing is, a slap shot that's going 150 miles an hour in a puck that small, you just can't pick it up on a television. You can't see the motion. I mean, you don't even see the track of it half the time. and suddenly it's rattling around in the goal, and so the excitement comes from the description. It's not really in many ways a game for the sighted people. Unless if you're really into hockey and you've been around and you played it and you appreciate position hockey, appreciate how fast the defenseman, you're looking away from the play.
Yeah.
Then you might have an appreciation for it, but that's the kind of visual thing you appreciate as opposed to the actual play. It's happening very, very quickly and is it's much easier to frankly just sit back, close your eyes, and listen to it and visualize what's happening in your brain, just like you do, Blind Press.
Yeah, I most enjoyed hockey games on the radio.
Commentary.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, that was one thing that was great because every Celtics game, every Bruins game was on the radio as well as on TV.
Yep.
So I could go to bed, no, the game's on, and my dad would have the transistor and come up and we'd listen to the game till I fell asleep. Sometimes I may have made it into, the third period, but I doubt it, because
you know what I got into listening to and eventually started going to the games was the Spokane minor league hockey.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun to listen to on the radio. It was just blatantly pro Spokane, the pro Spokane club. And then I started going to the games. And minor league hockey is one of life's hidden pleasures. Mm-hmm. A lot of minor league sports can kind of be like that. Minor league baseball is very much that way. Like I go to a Fort Worth Cats game, and you hang out with the players. They'll sit there and talk to you when they're into bat. They will sit and talk with you. It's not and you're right down with them. I mean, you're separated by a chain link thing. You can throw stuff at them and hit them if you want to get the crap bit kicked out of you, because that's Fort Worth. But it's really a cool environment. Very, very different from the major leagues.
Real quick. For me, it is 20-1. So I need to bounce. But I just want to thank you guys for hanging with me and having me on.
We'll always love to have you on. You know that, Earl. You've always got a place here.
And come watch the coffee stream tomorrow. It's Wednesdays in Canada with Functional.
Blame Canada.
And I'll be DMing the group for ideas about Star Trek. So for the stream on Saturday. So
I had an idea and I didn't write it down. And I'm old. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
God dang it. I'll think of it though and I will DM it to you.
All right. Sounds good.
Right,
Top 10 times we wished Wesley Crusher would just die.
Yeah, well, it's every time.
Season 1, episode 8. They should have killed him.
Yeah. Season 1, episode 1.
Episode 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say airlock now.
Airlock, yeah.
Yeah. Wesley, I need some help with this airlock.
She's knuckle in the chat.
I'm sorry, Beverly. I'm just so sorry.
I'm a warp engineer. Shut up, Wesley.
Please. She would be the one that
Shut up, Wesley.
had closed it.
Yeah, you've got one of the finest ships in the Federation, but you're going to let some child run around engineering with bright ideas.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Because,
Wesley Crusher is why David Hogg thinks his opinion matters.
Yep.
Isn't there like a Jeffries tube we can weld him into?
Mass for the engine.
Mm-hmm.
I have a son, Wesley, and James has on his phone Picard saying, "Shut up, Wesley."
That's funny.
And he plays it whenever Wes begs him.
That's funny.
That's pretty
He's
amazing.
not named for Wesley Crusher.
All right, well, let's not keep Blind Press from her date with Destiny.
All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you later.
All right, hon.
Good
See you tomorrow.
Night.
Good night, hon. So, did anyone else listen to the debate tonight? Anyone other than me?
Debate of what?
Barnes versus Fuentes.
No, I
Robert
had to
Barnes
work.
versus Nick Fuentes. Okay, I listened to it, and you guys didn't miss a thing. You had better lives than I did because Nick Fuentes is an out and out anti-Semitic piece of shit. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just what he is. He claimed kinship with the Palestinians. I feel a certain kinship with the Palestinians.
He
And
did not.
Oh, he did. He sure did. He said almost exactly those words. And he said, you know, the Jews killed our Savior, and I feel a certain kinship with the Palestinians. And I was just like, you can fuck right off, my man.
Who's
I was-
paying him?
Pardon me.
Who's paying him? Like where?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
'Cause
it's
that's
not
what
even that. He's ignorant. He's an ignorant piece of shit in a suit. He really is. He's David Hogg in a suit.
Oh, okay. Well, lovely.
Yeah, just absolutely self-righteous
Actually-
and saying all the code words, you know, to the groiper shitheads.
Excuse me. Yeah, when you told me that, that's so funny because that is number one. That's a really faux Christian position. Pretend that because the Islam considers Christ to be a lesser prophet,
Yeah,
that somehow or another you feel kinship. As I mentioned to you privately, Skep, that
Yes.
utterly ignores the charge that Christ gives to his followers. Utterly ignores it.
Yep.
I mean, I am the truth and the way. And it is as simple as that. Not some minor prophet, not this, that, and the other. And by
Only
the way,
through me can you gain the kingdom.
yeah, and by the way, I wouldn't waste my breath with Nick Fuentes, but what he doesn't understand about Christian theology would fill the Oxford English Dictionary.
Twice over.
Yeah, it's gobsmacking that's where he goes to. Plus the old canard that the Jews killed Christ. Well, then who the
The
fuck
Jews
killed
did not.
Who the fuck killed the apostles? You stupid shit. You know, I mean, it's absolutely nonsense. Caiaphas's role is Caiaphas's role. Caiaphas does not equal all of Jewry. And anybody who has ever understood the way a mob functions and the way frightened people function is they'll throw their own goddamn mother under a bus to keep the Politburo from noticing them.
If you want to have a little fun with somebody like Nick Fuentes, remind him that Jesus, wait for it, was a Pharisee.
Mm-hmm.
He is from the house of David.
Yep.
You don't get any more Pharisee than that. That's the highest of the high Pharisees right there.
Yep. So, I mean,
I love saying that to those people.
it just makes them flip their shit.
Is he in the line of David? What was the first part of the New Testament saying?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Seems like
Once in Royal David City.
whole name thing, all those names all together. No?
Yeah.
So here's.
Starts with David, ends with Jesus.
Mhm.
I have a strange. So you know how I'm very, very, loud and obnoxious in my typing, and I try to insult as many people as I can.
And we love you for it.
You mean in the chat or just the world?
Well, I don't do
I think
that.
that's how she faces the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I try to not say anything because if I go to jail, Harry gets 30 children. But
Only if Skep gives you my address.
Yeah, I was.
I'll take them.
oh, you can have them, but I must request you don't live in Canada.
Oh, okay, that'll be difficult.
You can have the husband too.
Once again, blame Canada.
Yes.
Have you consulted with James about this?
He's good.
So you get a second-hand
Got a
husband and
back
some
and-
slightly used children. Good for you, Sora.
Yeah.
Anyway, this woman,
Raising children for me, Sora
she
Luna.
was in Italy, and they went and saw the statue of David, and
Mhm.
she put an emoji face over his penis.
Seriously.
What
Now,
emoji was it?
Please let it have been the eggplant.
No,
With the
it
drops
was
of
a
water.
face. It was a face.
Oh, yeah, that's no fun.
But
Mr. Happy.
this pisses me off. See, I wouldn't care if she even just blurted out, but the emoji set me off. I said, I wrote in a very long and angry message to this person in the comments, are you out of your freaking mind? I know what religion you are. I know that you understand David. Why in the hell are you disrespecting him with an emoji?
Well, it is a statue of him. It's not exactly like David.
I know, but and do you think if you're so worried about children seeing David's thing, then maybe don't show that. You didn't need to show David. I'm not sure why it triggered me so much, but I just went off on this person and she wrote back, well, I couldn't put up genitals on my family vlogging channel. And I said, you shouldn't put yourself on your family vlogging channel.
Oh my god.
You're entitled.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah,
Are
it
you
did.
afraid the men in your family are going to feel inadequate?
Oh. I think I'm blocked from this person. Otherwise, I'd send it to them.
Yeah, it's just bad. I think you gotta block with that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I just couldn't believe that,
An attack of prudery over a statue.
well, some of the paintings also, she would blur out a few of the things.
The paintings. Really.
Oh, and then I went off on
It's a titty.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
Michelangelo did all this work, and you're just shitting on his grave.
Well, like the Sistine Chapel, that ceiling.
Shit, no kidding. Idiots.
Oh, they covered it up. They uncovered it.
No.
They covered it
I mean,
up.
the thing is, it's a really old painting, so they have to touch it up from time to time.
Mike, did you
You know.
finish the ceiling?
Yeah, and there's reminds me of a joke. I'll tell you after the stream.
Is there an official penis enhancer? For
Hopefully, the person who made potato Jesus doesn't get to the to penis.
At one point, they covered up all the naked people.
Yeah, they went through a little fit of touching it up in that way.
Have you heard of the term bowdlerized, Jenna?
Nice. Yeah.
I have a week old
Perfect.
newborn.
Yeah,
Perfect
so
example.
maybe recall isn't your strong suit right now. No, there was I can't remember, the guy's name was Bowdler. I don't remember
sure
his
was.
name.
I think it was Samuel Bowdler.
And yeah, he took it upon himself to take works of fiction, pieces of literature, and make them more family friendly, to Molly Mormon them for everybody. So he went in and he butchered Shakespeare and just all sorts of things.
Thomas Bowdler.
Thomas Bowdler.
Yeah, he was an English doctor on top of it. The
Right.
expurgated edition of Shakespeare's plays.
Yeah.
Excuse me, he was a Mormon?
No.
No. I was comparing him to the Molly Mormons that you don't like. But the point is that they went in and decided that this is just a little too racy. And so they went in and he Bowdlerized all of these great works. And that's where we get the term Bowdlerize. anybody who feels the need to just do that, I think has a screw loose.
Hilariously, one of the books that was Bowdlerized famously, wait for it, is Fahrenheit 451, which is a book about censorship.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, he also
How meta is that?
Bowdler's last work was Gibbon's Decline and Fall.
Did he do Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire?
Yes, he did it.
But his version of Huckleberry Finn is actually very valuable because you just keep reading. It's like, N-word Jim. It's like it's great.
No, of course. Fortunately, he was dead before Twain wrote. But,
I know.
But not by long.
I was
He's
going to say.
the reason.
But Hamlet, the death of Ophelia is referred to as an accidental drowning.
Okay.
Ain't no murder here.
Rickety-tickety-tin.
Yeah, it's the prospect. It's just
Oh my
amazing.
god! So there's our Tom Lawyer.
Obligatory Tom reference for the evening. Yeah,
Everybody drink.
drink.
Okay, so I think what I did is, you know how I can go off
Yes.
while talking? I usually don't do it in my write-in publicly. I think I had oh my fucking lord, this person's a moron.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jenna, the average IQ used to be 100. Now it's closer to 103. But the thing about the way IQ works is that half the people are below that line and the other half are above.
It's called median.
Yeah, you don't. It's sometimes it's sobering to think that half of the people out there are dumber than average. There are a lot of stupid people in the world, is what I'm trying to say, and we tend just not to think about it very much. But the internet has made it painfully obvious that there are a lot of people with room temperature IQs running around with keyboards and internet access.
Absolutely.
What do you think my IQ is?
Above 103.
Yeah, probably more than 103.
I'd say that's a safe bet.
It's a very safe bet. That's like somebody saying, "How old do I look?" or "Does this dress make me look fat?" You got to give a safe answer.
When I took my IQ test and got a 72, and they said that I was special though.
Yeah, they're gonna send a special bus just to pick you
Yeah,
up
I
to
had
make
my own
sure
bus.
you get to school. You're so valuable to society that nothing bad can be allowed to happen to you on the way to or from school.
I had to take care not to scratch my helmet.
Yeah.
So that was, always a good thing. No, IQs, God, how pernicious is that?
Well,
have you ever?
pernicious
Okay, go ahead.
is what people do with the information they think they have.
Exactly, it's the information that they think they have.
Conscientiousness.
Well, everybody's a genius until you show them the actual Mensa test. Take the Mensa test. If you ever think you're smart, take the Mensa test that you have to sit down and take unless you can substantiate your IQ by other means, which almost everyone does. And that's a pretty challenging test.
Yeah. Of course, if you want to see smug, see some Four Sigma people hanging out with Mensa people.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolutely. Oh, God, insufferable.
132.
What are you doing here?
Is that your tiny bus parked outside?
Yeah, this is the 140 table, sir.
I thought Four Sigma was a 160.
Damn it! Go back to the other one.
Are they 160 or 140?
I don't know. Based on the name,
scale.
you would think that it would be based on the statistical thing of the Four Sigma. I don't know. I always remembered it being 160, but I didn't think about it very hard because I don't care.
On the Binet scale, on the Stanford Binet scale, that was the one where Einstein was estimated to have an IQ of about 145.
Yep, which just shows how valuable that scale is.
Yeah,
It's
a big compressor.
His IQ was only 145. Then I'm a chicken.
Well, there are
With
different types of intellect, And some people can be very brilliant in some ways and really, really, really dumb in others.
Yeah.
So somebody like Einstein only has to be really good at certain types of analytical thinking. He doesn't necessarily have to have those other skills. But given some of the thought experiments that he came up with, I would find
he was bright.
I would be surprised if he wasn't good at least two of the 3 parts of the Stanford Binet.
Yeah, no, he was.
Because you can't do that analytic stuff and have that
disabilities.
kind of spatial reasoning and not do well on at least 2/3 of it.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
He had learning disabilities, didn't he?
It
No, he had
is.
communication disabilities, if anything.
Yeah,
And
I mean-
they were early on. He grew out of them.
He was just a late
Talker.
speaker, which
Yeah.
is not all that peculiar.
Didn't
He
speak till
was
he
just
was about 3.
absorbing and
Pardon?
looking around his environment.
Yeah, who knows what was rocketing around in his little head that he couldn't put words to? You know.
Photon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
It's a corpuscle of light.
Yeah, the child's in chat.
What? I'm sorry?
Your
Your other
grandchild
child's
was
in chat.
Oh, my other child's in my grandchild.
It's tailed
I don't
feature.
know. I
He
don't
is
remember what his
not
level
my
of relation.
Jesus Christ! How old do you think I am?
Sorry.
Oh, I was sitting here thinking I said child.
No,
Yeah.
I think
She
you did.
said
I thought-
grandchild.
Yeah.
I'm
God.
sorry.
Okay, you are out of the will.
Oh
Can I give
no.
an
Okay.
example of
It's okay. I have a husband and secondhand children. It's
I
fine.
know, just slightly used.
he cooks a really great Saturday breakfast.
Excellent.
I didn't mean the husband, I meant the children. They don't have much sap in their hair.
If you ask for fish and chips, they'll cook you French fries and curly fries.
Oh, God.
No, I'm
God.
sorry, not French fries.
Fish
Fish
sticks.
sticks and curly fries.
The filter between my brain and my mouth is working overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to sound punchy.
He's amusing himself, that's for damn sure.
It's
Inside
been
my
that,
own head, it's hilarious.
it's been that kind of a day with Nick Fuentes
Yes.
doing his imitation of the white Ghazi Kadzu.
Gazi Kudzu.
Oh,
Kadzu.
do that. I
Kodo.
can't hear that.
Gazi Kodo.
Yeah, no,
But-
it's Kadzu.
Oh, wait, I need my soundboard.
Gotti Kudzu.
Kudzu. Yeah,
Oh,
Ghazi
before you
Kudzu.
do that, can I? So, in the hospital,
Jenna's just having a conversation all by herself over here.
What do you want to say, Jenna?
nothing. I'm good.
Does your seal have a cold, wet nose?
It's a sea lion.
Don't piss off Jenna. She might be a strong letter to follow.
Well, it could be a sealed truth, and
Yeah.
sometimes they
No.
truth, sometimes they lie.
His name is Tyler, and he's a sea lion. I know him personally.
I didn't know they had sea lions in
Where's he
Rhode
lying?
Island.
He
Where's that seal
Was-
lion?
Oh God.
Christ.
he was.
Content, everybody.
It's contagious. Yeah, content.
This is why you tune into Minions, is for the quality comedy.
He was
Pepper, you talking into your collar?
What?
me.
You sound muffled,
Step.
Skep.
I sound muffled?
Yes,
Do I still sound muffled?
a little bit.
Odd.
So, did you want to talk about Black Hitler and the bee hose, or is there any more news
Talk
about them?
Black Hitler.
Oh, I have a funny story to tell you about the bee hose.
I would love to hear more about the bee hose.
Well,
Tell us about the bee hose.
this was actually separate to this. Somebody who followed me sent me a DM that said, "You follow BHO." And I said, "Yes, I do. I want nothing to do with them." Unfollowed me and blocked me.
Nice.
They went out of their way to DM me. It's like, oh, come on, man. I did put something on my Twitter basically saying, all right, look, you titty babies. Can grow within her skin. Some people follow accounts to know what's going on, not as an endorsement. I mean, why do you have to say a follow back is not an endorsement? A like on a tweet is not an endorsement. Grow up. But yeah, I heard they got evicted. The stragglers.
The deal didn't go through. So they were basically trespassing because they were just too eager to start Utopia that they started hanging out there before the deal was closed.
I thought also
I think I have a theory as to what happened. I think the deal was going to go through, and the person selling the land suddenly realized that he was going to be complicit in a very bad thing, and then decided, no, go find someplace flatter and at lower altitude to fail less aggressively.
To build your paper houses.
Yeah, at this altitude, you could actually die.
Yeah, but damn.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking about this earlier today, and I was thinking if I had a bunch of money, I would absolutely just buy the land and give it to them on the condition that I could just put up 3 cameras.
Yes.
Maybe 4. No sound. Just let me put some cameras up here. Have this.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know how they have those trail cameras to look at wildlife?
The wildlife cameras, yeah.
I've got a picture of a beehive coming up, and you hear this as they nuzzle the microphone.
I heard they
scratching their back on it.
Yeah.
So there was something I ran into online today, which you guys might be interested in. So the mayor of Austin, Texas, was on Joe Rogan. So they had a clip, and they were talking about the homeless problem in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And which, of course, he's busy saying, oh, if they just acted sooner, they could have taken care of all this. And I'm just like, how? I don't see how any city can really solve a homeless problem other than just doing things to exclude homeless encampments. There isn't really a solution, because as soon as you start trying to actually do something helpful, you're just going to attract more homeless people. They will gravitate to where the services are better. I mean, stop me if I'm saying anything wrong. And ultimately, you think that if you offer a lot of services to homeless people, it won't attract more homeless people?
Here,
it's cold there.
It's
homeless people are dead.
It's the most temperate and welcoming of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Winter-wise. Here, our issue is they are throwing everything at them. What they want is basically Chaz. And that's and they don't give a crap. Oh, you're gonna give us free housing, free furniture, free everything, free, and basically the only thing you really have to do is hope and pray you don't trash it within 24 hours. No, I tell you what I want. I want no police interference. I want to be able to camp anywhere I want. I want you to give me free drugs, and I want you to give me anything I want when I say it without police interference, without any interference, and I want to take over any neighborhood.
Excuse me 1 second, Skep.
Mm-hmm.
Can you send the link to Tail, please?
Sure.
I already did.
Well, you need to clear it with the host first, Jenna.
That's okay. All right. I do appreciate knowing if the link is going out.
So I hear what you're saying, Sora. Unfortunately, if you're talking about a city like San Francisco and Austin, in addition to the LARPing communists that want to just basically sort of new age hippies, there are a lot of people with pretty bad mental health problems. I don't think a lot of the people in San Francisco are just choosing to live the dream of free drugs and anarchy. These people are really messed up. And I'm no doctor, but I've seen enough of these people in person, dancing around half naked, screaming at the sky, and generally just looking like they're out of their minds, that there's another component here. So yeah, I think you're right. The whole Chaz-like thing has really warped the situation a bit.
Most
We really
of
have
ours
more than one kind of
too-
homeless.
Yeah. The majority of them too here are the same because they basically shut down all the mental health wards and then emptied them to the streets. And then surprise Pikachu face.
Well, that's what Nixon did in California, or at least that's the narrative. I might be wrong about this. Is that Nixon was it? I think it was Nixon. Maybe it was Reagan. I think it was Nixon. He ended up kicking out a bunch of people who were in mental health programs and just sort of turning them loose. And drugs have had a big impact on a lot of this stuff. You know, there's people that their brains are fried.
Well, there was a lawsuit, okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves there about kicking people out.
Mm-hmm. Well, they closed the facilities, so yeah.
Yeah, it was constitutional rights of the mentally ill were being ignored, and so they got turfed. That would have been probably under Reagan initially. Then there was
when they closed. That's when they closed the sanatorium.
There was a whole lot of turfing of people out of sanitariums in the 80s.
I'm not sure it didn't happen earlier in California. It may have actually been Nixon. I'll have to look it up, but it was a while ago.
In 1980, I visited patients and doctors at the sanitarium, at the state sanitarium. So I know they were still open in 1980. They
didn't get rid of all of them. I'm not suggesting that they got rid of every sanitarium.
But that was actually one of the ones that did get rid. They did get rid of, and I just can't remember what year they got rid of it.
So we have the LARPing anarchists, and we have a lot of mentally ill people, and then there are some people that just legitimately fall through the cracks for whatever reason, that are sort of the deserving poor. Right. But I think if you have extremely liberal policies and fair weather, you're going to get a lot more homeless people than you would otherwise. I somehow doubt they have a persistent homeless problem in Chicago on the same level as LA.
Yeah, weather has a lot to do with it. They had a terrible problem in Hawaii.
Yeah, do your states ship their homeless to better places?
I've heard people say that that's happened, but I've never seen any proof of it.
It's said that Los Angeles, for example, ships their homeless out to other places, buys them a bus ticket, basically.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I've never seen proof of it.
I've never seen proof of that either, but I have heard of that, and that I've heard that it happens quite a bit in Los Angeles.
Well, the state legislature I know in Hawaii was considering it at one point, buying plane tickets back to the States, because what was happening was so many people were flying there, then they'd run out of money, then they were camping on the beaches at Waikiki, and that was having an impact on the tourist trade because ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a lovely beach if it isn't covered with homeless people and hypodermic needles.
Yeah, it is a lovely beach, and it's actually not that large of a beach if you think about it.
No, you can walk from the Royal Hawaiian down to the other end, closer to Diamond Head, in a small fraction of a day. It's not a long beach.
Yeah, and it is packed with hotels, so that means the demand for space is high, because it also isn't like wildly deep in places either.
You mean the water, or the depth of the beach?
The depth of the beach,
right?
It's not enormous either.
Not wide, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Virginia Beach when they do sand reclamation, and you feel like it's like 4 blocks to the water's edge from the boardwalk. It's nothing like that. And
that's like where all this is that way.
And the Waikiki is pretty pristine.
Yeah.
The water's really clear in the morning, but it gets there's far too many people.
If you compare it to the Caribbean, there's no.
No, I don't mean the water. I meant the city.
I thought you meant the water.
Not a lot of trash laying around. I mean, they know butters their bread. And
Honolulu's a great city.
In the mid 2000s, I know it was the 11th largest city in the United States. It's just like, any other city, but there are stretches of shopping that are seriously like Rodeo Drive level, because there's a lot of money that comes into Hawaii, particularly from Japan.
Well, a lot of Asian tourist money.
Yes. Lots. And having homeless people rolling around on the sidewalks or out on the beach doesn't help.
Well, the bottom line here is what you want is you want a thriving economy. You want to do the opposite of what Joe Biden's doing, so that people have, to the extent that they're able to work, have opportunities to work. That way you're not pushing a lot of people sort of off the edge of past the margin into homelessness quite so readily. Of the people who can't be helped there, all you can really do is just decide whether you want them to be wards of the state. And then it's like a lot of things, it's like, do you have the guts to make the least bad choice? And the least bad choice might be not to give the government the power to solve the homelessness problem. Because do we really want the government having easy ways to make people into wards of the state?
Yeah.
Because that might be the only way to, quote unquote, solve the problem. Because if these people really have no family and can't take care of themselves, what's your option?
Well, to have agency, man.
Well, they do until you strip it away from them.
Can't take away their agency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except you have to. Sorry about that.
I've got a bunch of. I've been saving up American Express points for the last couple decades. Well, since 1996, and I have a lot of American Express points.
I bet.
By the way, Honolulu is the 56th largest state in population in the United States.
56th largest city?
City. Mm-hmm.
What about in economy-wise, though?
What do you mean in terms of the gross domestic product of the city? I'm not sure.
Or average income?
I'm just wondering where it ranks.
The income would be way up there.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
I've just been thinking, should I take all of my points and just go to the Royal Hawaiian with my imaginary girlfriend for as long as I can on my free points? It's always been kind of a dream of mine to stay in that hotel.
Maybe you could retire there. How many points do you have?
I don't have that many points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Can you still use them? Don't most things nowadays want all the points to expire?
No, not on my American Express business card.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I could just be boring and get like a bunch of flat screen TVs and computers, but screw that. I want to have like this one epic vacation for free.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I still have like 600,000 miles on my American Airlines, 300,000 on United. Haven't used.
I wouldn't want to spend an entire week in Honolulu. That was my take on the place. I would have liked to have spent.
I spent 3 weeks there one time, and I didn't like it very much. I was ready to leave.
Yeah, it's a big city. That's the thing. It's just, once.
Well, it's us and them too, because, you as a white person, you are in a deep and resented minority. They'll be barely nice to you while they give you change at the grocery store. And we were out in the economy. We were not in Tourista. We were actually up at Waipahu. Mm-hmm. And so we were out with the locals, in a completely non-touristy area. And no, I got tired of Hawaii. I was like, I'm out of here. I like Maui a lot better than Oahu, actually.
Yeah, Maui was a lot. Maui, I could spend a week on easily.
Oh yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
just walk around and just look at stuff.
It's just exquisite, and Lahaina is not so large as Honolulu. It's just kind of a walkable town.
Yeah. We actually stayed over on the over on the Haleakala side, whatever that big fucking mountain is.
It's Haleakala.
Yeah.
So were you on the opposite side from Lahaina?
Yeah, we were down that road. You have to drive all the way down that road. We were down that road.
Oh my
Matt, take
god!
a
We were
shot.
out in the wilderness, and when we went to Maui, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. My two stepdaughters are Maui experts. They go there like twice a year. One of them used to be a reservation agent.
You were down in
with American
Hana.
Airlines.
You were down in Hana.
Yeah, we went to Hana. We sure did.
Yeah.
we sure did.
Yeah, that was one of the tours they offered, the road to Hana. We went up Haleakala instead.
Yeah, we went to the top of Haleakala. In fact, I got a nosebleed, Harry. You'd be happy to know.
It was colder than a witch's tit in a breath
it's
here.
cold up there.
God damn, it was
And
cold.
it was hot during the day down below, and then you go up to the top and
Shit,
it's really
it was
cold.
freezing. Well, the wind is howling, but the view up there, especially over to the Big Island,
It's
just amazing.
exquisite. It really is. It's just like a major life experience for me was going to the top of Haleakala.
Yeah, that was.
I'm with you.
That was exquisite because I know a bunch of people were doing excursions, like doing the helicopter ride up in the valley, and I was like, nope, Haleakala for me.
Yeah,
and
awesome, man.
I'm glad. I think it's the southwest part, the opposite side from where you were, but down below,
exactly opposite.
but down below the pinched portion, you know, the isthmus, is the chill place. That's where I could hang for a good long while.
Yeah.
It's south of Lahaina, and Lahaina, of course, is south of all the foo-fa-ra that has happened on Maui, with all the
the
Oprah
stinky
people
rich,
and the
stinky
Hollywood
rich people
fuckers.
are all on the northwest side of the island.
Northwest side, yeah,
And,
and
yeah,
it is
it's just
wall-to-wall resort up there.
Yeah, our condo.
Our condo, and it's just disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
And it's
It
driven
really
the
is.
cost of living up on the island like you would not believe.
And
'Cause-
that's obscene over there. We drove around there, and I was just like,
I could see it from the ship,
yeah,
and it was just lights, nothing but lights, and it was like, this is gross.
yeah, it's light pollution.
It was.
That was the other thing. Where we were, there was no light at night.
No,
There was like no light at all at night. It was really beautiful.
there's like a Sheraton down on the southwest side that they do the luau thing, the whole
Yeah.
but it is such a laid back. I mean, they call it a resort, but it was like a 2-story hotel at the beach, kind of the way Monterey was back in the day.
Yeah.
When it was not, look at all, I mean, there was, of course, always the place, look at all this.
There was always 17-mile drive.
But then there were the places that were, you could stay with your family and enjoy California. You know, that kind of.
Dobre utra.
Yeah.
I don't know any Gaelic, so I'll try out some Russian. Good morning.
All right, I don't know any Russian, so Mathghamhain.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's got you up so bright and early?
Well, it's a little bit weird. I woke up at 10 to 6 because I was sure I heard somebody ringing my doorbell. So I got up to investigate, and I thought, you know what, I have to go up in an hour anyway, so I'll just stay up.
Yeah.
And there was no one at the door. I just imagined it.
Mm-hmm.
You were dreaming it or something, you know.
I was very confused because no one ever comes to my door. Never mind at that time in the morning.
I have had dreams that when I actually woke up, I was like, wait, was I awake or was I dreaming or did I just hear? And it's a lovely feeling. It takes about 15 minutes to be like, okay, the day of the week is.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that. But I rushed to one of the windows to see if I could see anybody outside, and I was like, nope, I'm just losing the plot. It's fine. It's cool.
It happens at that age.
Thanks.
What?
So is there any new madness from the. Has Scotland gotten rid of its rights yet? Have they voted not to have rights anymore?
Oh, we did that ages ago. It's just a slow decline at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it's official.
I had heard that there was some sort of vote that happened recently or happened in the last couple of days. And,
I suppose you're referring to the election that happened a couple of weeks ago.
No, the vote on the hate speech.
yeah, the hate speech.
Well,
That was ages ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That wasn't recently. That wasn't.
Yeah, that was.
It was before the election.
Yeah,
Was
that was
that-
before the
okay,
election.
so-
No, you'd think that'd be enough to.
What was it? What did I see about Scotland? Dankula did a. I thought he. God, maybe I dreamed it. I
No,
thought
it was a
Dankula.
tweet he put out.
Yeah, I sent
Put out
you that
something on
link. That I sent you that thing with the tweet. I thought it was recent, but
Okay, maybe.
but then
that's-
again, I left my garage door open all last night. So what do I know?
Okay, well, so we're flawed humans here, Tailed.
Yeah,
Missing Nigel, are you, Harry? Inviting
I have
someone else in?
the new Nigel.
Did you
You
hear
have a
about
new
Nigel
cat?
Tailed?
Don't think so.
Do you
Nigel
remember
the rat?
Caddyshack with the gopher and Bill Murray? Basically, that was me with a rat that got into my garage. That's the short version of the story.
Fair. I'm afraid I don't get that reference.
Oh well, he escaped death several times. I actually caught it on camera. I had a Nigel cam set up, and in a couple of the streams, I was actually displaying the footage of my garage of him trying to kill himself in the electric trap. And he escaped a few times, and I swear it was the best content I've ever made.
I especially like when he went flying into the.
The Ratapult, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Mark
I miss
Rober-esque.
Nigel.
Yeah, it's very humbling to know that I can't compete with a small animal.
You know, what you learned about yourself was that you're more suited to taking pictures of rats than killing them.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, what he learned about himself is he's OCD and willing to spend whatever it takes
Yeah,
to
He might have been
capture
clued
the
in
thing,
before this,
but
though.
won't call in a rat pest control.
Oh, I tried to call some guy, and he was an exclusion guy, and I said, "Well, what do you charge? What's your rate?" And he said, "Oh, well, we don't talk about rates." I'm like, "Well,
What?
I don't give you my address then."
Stay away from my
We
home.
don't talk about rates. We're not going to talk more than.
No, this
Bye.
is how business is done. We get all the unpleasant stuff out of the way first, and then it's fine. Not
Right.
you show up and then look around and waste my time, and then I wait 3 weeks for you to show up, and then you tell me how much money you want. It's like no. Yeah. Give me some rough idea of what your services cost.
And then he comes back and says, well, what kind of car do you drive?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Seeing your house, I've been on the clock for 3 weeks. Now that I'm at your house,
Mhm.
I like your
Thank you.
pool table. That
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
$10 million.
Exactly.
Yep. So anyway.
Anyway, enough about me and my stupid rat. Let's talk to Tailed.
Can I just say one thing about Hawaii?
Certainly.
The helicopter tour, not worth it.
It's good to know.
Actually, hear a comment.
Noted.
But yeah, well, that's the wrong kind of helicopter, unfortunately.
Oh. Didn't realize it was more than. Well, actually, no, I can think of one more, but I didn't think it was appropriate for this show.
What helicopter did you say to?
Never mind. I was trying to make a poor joke and failed at that even. So
No, you didn't. I guess.
No, I got it.
I didn't hear. Say it.
just saying I got it doesn't make it a good joke.
No, it needs a was
There's
communicated
nothing more
joke.
patronising than.
I got it, so you're okay.
I got it, but it's just shit.
I got it. It was a terrible joke.
Yeah, I got it, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Well, I'm always ashamed of myself. Okay.
Yeah, to save you the trouble, I was born ashamed of myself there.
Just tell me what you said.
He made a helicopter joke, Jenna.
I understand that.
About just think of Pinochet, and we'll go there.
Dropping political enemies out of helicopters from very,
Well, just not particularly.
Now that would be a helicopter ride worth it.
Exactly.
They
So
have
anyway,
see beautiful Maui.
see Maui and die. I will tell you that is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to.
Mhm.
And the beauty, some of the beauty is absolutely very stark beauty, particularly the side of the island that has Haleakala on it. A lot of that is just, barren rock, and that suddenly meets jungle. It's really picturesque. It's very impressive looking. It's also kind of cool being around the, they have observatories up there. And,
Yeah, what I think's kind of neat is that you've got an island that in the shadow of Haleakala, where the cattle are, you basically can have drought and then a rainforest on the northern portion of the island.
That's absolutely right.
Because it is, if you're on the south side, on the western side of Haleakala, it just looks like a really, really steep cattle ranch. It's kind of a peculiar thing.
Yep.
In the middle of the Pacific to see cows on an island.
That's it.
That isn't Jersey or Guernsey.
Or
Or most of it.
North Scotland.
Well, yeah.
Scotland is an island, you know what I mean? Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotland's just an island over.
Yeah, it's the top part of an island.
Yeah, that's true. Scotland has a number of islands. It has some silly number of islands. It's a lot.
Yes, just a few.
Hundreds.
Skye.
Of,
Skye, yes. We've got the Northern Isles. We've got the Western Isles. That's different groups, by the way, just in case anyone's thinking, well, Tailed only mentioned 2 islands there. Northern Isles and the Western Isles.
Do I remember that they speak special languages up there, or the languages up there, some of them are dying, or just a few people speak them?
Well, Northwest is where Gaelic is mostly spoken, and yeah, it's kind of dying out. The Northern Islands, they never really spoke Gaelic because.
Oh, really? Okay.
They were for the longest time under Scandinavian rule, so they've got this kind of weird Norse kind of thing going on there.
Pictish language was their base, wasn't it?
Well, I was under the impression it was Old Norse, to be honest with you. All the place names are Norse and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the place?
Go ahead, Jenna.
Where's the place with the wall that was built in the 1700s or something? Just a brick or stone wall.
About Hadrian's Wall.
What?
When was it?
Yes.
When was it built? Hadrian's Wall.
Mm-hmm.
A lot longer before the 17th century.
So
It's about
kept the Romans out.
about
Roman wall.
1,300 years before that, actually.
Yep. See, the Romans had the right idea. They built the fucking wall.
Ah.
Well,
Keep those
Teal.
cars away from us.
in defense of the non-wall building right now, we needed it to build a wall around the Capitol so people wouldn't be allowed to go to our own people's home.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yep.
You know there's a wall around the Capitol right now, right?
Well, it's more of a fence, but yes.
You say tomato, I say tomato. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what we say.
Well, yeah, Hadrian's fence doesn't have the same ring to it, though.
That's a great image, though.
It's more of a fence, really.
Yeah.
All these
It could be a very
kilted
large-
warriors not going, well, I know they didn't have kilts back then, but, just roll with it. trying to climb over this fence. Like they're just like, oh damn it, these fucking Romans, they've ruined my kilt with their barbed wire.
To wear my kilt on the barbed wire.
And they had the
Make fun of
gladiator
the brain
skirts
damage,
then.
fine.
What, Jen?
Make fun of the brain damage, fine.
We weren't making fun of the brain. Well, the Scot. Are you saying the Scots are brain damaged?
Some probably are. You never really can tell.
Yeah,
But,
it's
Tail
a fine line.
closure, muffle, put something against your ears so you can't hear. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he is, though.
They rode the short Shetland to school.
Short Shetland. On
So-
that, we've come to the part of the show where it's time to send it around the horn and get any final thoughts that anyone has to contribute to the evening, because we've been running for 2 hours now, and it's time to go. So I'll start by Tail. Do you have anything to show or anything you want to talk about before we leave?
No, I'm just clambered out of bed.
I understand. It's really putting you on the spot.
I have no idea what is going on.
Well,
although that doesn't really make much of a difference. So yeah, just be good people. However you think that means that you're going to act. Just
right.
be a good person, but just leave other people alone.
Yeah, that's a brave. Just taking some chances there with that one. Nice. Jenna, do you have words of wisdom for us, Jenna?
I actually will quickly say what I wanted to bring up. On a case I've been following where 2 children were murdered.
Yeah.
Finally, there are murder 1 charges for the parents, or for the mother and the stepfather.
Wow.
At first, it looked like they were going to spend 10 years for breaking a few laws, but just today, on what would have been JJ's 9th birthday, they got hit with murder charges, grand theft by deception, and all this other stuff.
Is this a case from up there?
No, it's a case actually from Idaho.
Idaho. Okay. I just wanted to know where to look for the resources on it instead of getting into detail now. I just wanted to check.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Sora?
Just wishing everyone a very good night. I will pop over in general on the minions of the zoo for a little bit if anyone wants to join sort of a mellow after party. Unfortunately, Reject is not able to join us tonight. She's driving through a storm, so will not be able to connect. So we do wish her well. I wish her safe drivings in the ether. I don't know if she's listening, but I hope she gets home safe. But yeah, if anyone wants to join for a little bit, I can only stay maybe half an hour just because it is a school night for me, so to speak. But welcome anyone to join.
Nice. Thank you for putting that out there.
Join our Discord if you're not already on our Discord.
Yes.
Harry.
Meeting.
Oh, Harry has a meeting.
Oh, Harry's at a meeting. Okay, well then it falls to my wing woman Prospero. Take us out.
Yes. Don't be a groiper.
Oh shit.
I mean, that's easy. That's easy advice.
Yeah.
Just don't.
What about if you're a griper, but ironically?
Then that's fine.
Okay.
Ironic wipers are okay.
They're fine, but not just Jesus God. Please stop following morons in suits, whether their name is David Hogg or Nick Fuentes. I mean,
Or
you
Greta
can
Thunberg.
or Greta Thunberg. Yeah, Nick Fuentes, Greta Thunberg in a suit, ranting monkey. Thank you.
That was perfect characterization.
It was.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging with us tonight. Thank you, panel, for being a part of my life, and thank you, chat, for coming and listening to us. We do this for you. And I'm going to leave you with a few quotes from my current favorite quote meister, Jeff Cooper, who said, "Safety is something that happens between your ears, not something you hold in your hands." Talking about firearms. He said, "Pick up a rifle and you change instantly from a subject to a citizen." And a smart man only believes half of what he hears. A wise man knows which half. The difference between information and intelligence. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for us. Thanks for taking the journey with us. We'll do it again on Thursday with Prospero. I'm sure most of us will be back. And until then.
And tomorrow night with
Sanguine, of course. Yes, absolutely. It's 7 nights a week here at Minions Broadcasting. But that's going to do it for tonight. The zoo is closed. Good night, everybody.
Good night.